everybody and welcome to today's DanceMakers / Dance Sense class. Make sure you've got enough room around so that you won't trip up, push the rugs back, have a glass of water handy and work to your own pace. So today, as usual, we'll have a mixture of seated and standing dance exercises and we'll create a dance at the end of the session. Okay, so just to wake up our bodies, I want you to imagine literally you've just waken up in the morning, so you're going to give yourself a big stretch. So have a lovely stretch and maybe a yawn. Oh, let's have 2 of those. Then you're going to reach forward towards your imaginary window. If you've got a window like mine, we have to pull our windows up. And that will give you a nice stretch. And then I want you to look out of your window while working our necks. Come back in, breathe in the fresh air from the outside. Keep your shoulders down as you breathe in. And then you see, oh yes, well then I think we'll have some trees blowing in the breeze. Again, this is a nice stretch. And then we'll imagine birds flying past the window, and this is an opportunity to work your fingers, your hands and your wrists. Okay, so we've probably got time to do that twice, and it's just a way of waking our bodies up for today's class. Right, here we go. Stretch the yawn. Again. Lean towards the window. Push the window up. Lean forward. Have a look outside. Come back in. Breathe in that fresh air. Inhale the fresh air. Okay, hopefully that's stretched you out and got you ready to do some dancing. Okay, so the next piece, oops. Oh, the next exercise, we're going to work our legs and our feet. So you need to sit up as tall as you can go. And I'm going to start with my right foot and I'm going to go, well, it's my left, but I'm mirroring you. So you can use your right foot. You're going to go out, in, and then all of the way out, and then all of the way in. So you're doing out, in, and then all of the way out. This is really good for your ankles. And then you come back in. Then we'll try both. So we go out, in, all of the way out, and all of the way in. Now the whole time, keep pulls up because this will also use your torso and your tummy muscles. Then once we've done it all the way through, Let's add some coordination. So you're going to use your hands as well. So you're going to go out, in, all the way out, and all the way in. That's actually really hard to do at the same time. And then out, all of the way out, and all of the way in. Now when we do the both legs, let's do out, in, all of the way out, all of the way in. Okay, it's a bit of a brain teaser. Right, shall we have a go? Right, let's have a look at the music. Here we go. Sit up nice and tall. One leg. Out, in, all the way out, all the way in. Other leg out, in, all the way out, all the way in. Both. All the way out, all the way in, out, in, all the way out, all the way, arms. All the way out, all the way in, out, in. You can use your head as well if you like. All the way out, all the way in. Both out. All the way out, all the way in, out, all the way out, all the way in. Oh, right, so hopefully that's worked your ankles, your tummies, and your brain. Whoops. Right, okay, so now let's do something that's going to work on our balance. So for this one, I'm going to stand up. You can use the chair if you like. So if you don't feel too confident, worried that you might fall over, then have the chair handy. If not, move the chair to the sides. Okay, this piece, this can be adapted to sit down, so you can do it seated if you like. Okay, so what we're going to do is, it looks simple because it's going to start off as a march, but actually I want you to peel through your feet so that your feet get a little bit of exercise as well. So you need to have your tummy tucked in, bottoms under, shoulders down, and you're going to push one foot forward. Now I don't have one, because if I do it sideways on, if I do it this way on, you're going to push it like this. So you've got the ball of the foot pushing through the floor, but at the same time, everything is pulled up. Because in a minute, you're going to point your foot, and while you're pointing your foot, you need to hold your tummy, tuck your tummy in, your bottom under, your shoulders down, and in theory, you could stay there all day. Now that's in theory. It does take a while to get these muscles working properly, so you might want a chair close by. So you're going to go push, point, push, down, push, point, push, down, push, point, push, down, push, point, push, down. Then let's make that into like a march. Okay, but you're still pointing your feet and pedaling through your feet. Okay, then for your balance, even more for your balance, you're going to go tap, tap, up like that, and point your toes, because it looks neater if you point your toes. Okay, then the next one, we're going to add a plie. I want you to put your feet into first, but let's just go through that. So you put your feet in parallel, so they're facing me, and then from the hips, turn your legs out just a little way. Again, tummies tucked in, bottoms under. And for this one, we'll have our hands like so. So we're going to do bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Then this will test your balance. When I did ballet, I started when I was about 9, and I remember doing it was called pas de cheval, step of the horse, and it's like a little brushing action. You see, you're going to go brush, brush. Now, if you're not pulled up, you will wobble all over the place. So remember, tummies and bottoms under. So brush, brush, and then bend, bend, brush, brush. Then we put our feet into second. So that's, our feet are still turned out, and your weight is in the middle. And then you're going to we'll still have hands behind our back for the moment. You're going to go bend. If I tip to my left, you tip to your right. Tip, point that toe, bend, tip. Keep your body facing me. And once we've done a few of those, if you want to, we can then do step, point, and we'll do opposite arms to the leg. So if your left leg is in front, you put your right arm forward and vice versa. So this is a real test of your coordination, and your foot is nicely pointed. Right, should we go through all of that again? So we're going to do push, point. We'll do some of those. Then we'll lead that into a march. Then we'll go into first, and we're going to do bend, bend, pas de cheval, bend, bend, pas de cheval. Then we go into second, and we're going to do bend, tip, bend, tip. And that will lead into step, point, step, point, step, point, step, point. Okay, have a go and see how you get on. Right, what music do I need? Oh yes, okay. Here we go. It actually works your heart a little bit as well. Okay. You know what? I've just realised we missed out that section. I think we should let's do it again, because that's really important for balance. Let's do the whole sequence with that. I thought it finished a bit early. Right, one more time then. Are we ready? second time. Okay, so hopefully now you feel that you've... Oh, my laptop's got a mind of its own. Hopefully now you feel a little bit stretched out. We've worked our ankles and feet, we've had a go at working our balance, and now we're going to do a little creative section. So I suggest you take a sip of water before we carry on. Okay. So, it's very spring-like today. I'm looking out of the window, and okay, it's a little bit later in the day, so the sun's going down a bit, but it's been a really gorgeous day. So, and it just feels so spring-like, so I thought we would do something inspired by spring. So, this piece, as well as exercising us, is going to be inspired by different elements of spring. And so I've written down some words. At the beginning of this piece, there's the sound of water. Now, if you come to my classes, we have used this piece of music before. It's called Ancestor's Voice by Back and Beyond, and it's a really beautiful piece. And at the beginning, there's the sound of a stream. So we're going to set the scene by having our feet in parallel, tummies tucked in, bottoms under, and we're going to face the diagonal. And we're just going to show just the stream, the ripples of the water going backwards and forwards, which will then lead into a forward and back, forward and back. Okay, then we would do it on the other side. So we start off really small. If you follow your hand, it gives the dance more quality, and that leads into a forward, back, forward and back. Okay, so the first thing I thought of when I was thinking about spring was the idea of rebirth. So we've got the lambs. I live just near a farm. There's sheep giving birth around the corner. There's lots of lambs. It's really lovely. So, and also the idea of the flowers blooming. So it's like animals come out of hibernation and everything seems to wake up. So we're going to take the idea, and we actually did this in the warm-up, the idea of stretching up and literally waking up, okay? And if you go down and then up, it gives you more of a stretch to it. And actually, why don't we open up to the diagonal? So we've got two of those. So that's the idea of waking up. Spring is oh yeah, we've got this idea of waking up. So then we're going to move on to the idea of, what's my second word? Oh yeah, first steps. Because, you know, you've got all these animals and they're tentatively taking their first steps. So we've just done this, and we're going to represent first steps by this idea of reaching out, and you're not sure what's around you, you're exploring around you. So we'll do arms and legs, and then we try both arm and leg and arm and leg. So that's the idea of first steps and exploring the area around you. Okay, the next part, oh yeah, watching the lambs leaping about is just gorgeous. So we're going to represent that by doing a over and over and over and over. Now you could do this whole piece sat down if you want to, because there's no reason why you couldn't do the opening section with the forward and back and the forward and back, and then the idea of stretching up and round, and then the next step of arms and legs. So it can all be adapted, and this little jumping section can be done like so. Okay, so just do it at your level. So if you want to do this seated, you can. So we've got the lambs and the little lambs leaping, and then the last thing, I thought that actually everywhere in freshwater where I live, there's just daffodils everywhere. So the idea of flowers coming up and opening. So we're going to take this idea with our fists, and we're going to go up And then you're just going to open just a little way with your hands. So if I do that closer to the camera, so it goes up and open. And you can do that at various levels. So you could do it tall, you could do it lower, you can do it at medium level. And it's the idea of flowers opening. And then as the dance goes on, we're going to make this more dynamic and bigger. So you go up and open, and then up and open, and then up and open. And then we start the whole thing all over again, so it goes round in a circle. I'll call out all the sections as we go along, but just enjoy the music. It's really, really nice music. And there's no right answer, so it's your interpretation. Okay, let's find the music. If I can find the music, it doesn't want to play it for me. Hold on a second. Oh, here we go. Right. So we're going to start with the stream. On the diagonal, forward. Spread the leg. Swap sides. idea of spring and those words, that you've enjoyed creating something to the music and it's really loosened you up for the day. Okay, let's cool down. Now you can do the cool down standing or seated, it's up to you. I think I'll get the chair. Right, so let's just follow me and we'll do something nice and slow just to get our breath back and just to get our bodies ready for the rest of the day. Okay. Okay. So we're going to start with some deep breaths. Yeah, here we go. Deep breath in. With the arms. Again. Up and over. You've got 2 pieces of elastic tied to your hands. Stretch the elastic out. Bring it back in. Stretch the elastic out. One up, one down. Take the elastic off. Over you go. Slowly uncurl. Let's do that again. Up and over. And slowly uncurl. Let's go to our sides. Over to the front. Other side. Up. Back the other way. Side. Deep breath. Some more. Up and over. Okay. Thank you for joining me today and I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks' time. Bye!